Hello everyone. Today I want to talk about hydration of the skin. In my extensive practice, I've noticed that people are very confused about what means skin hydration. They associate hydration of the skin with moisturization. They associate moisturization with water or water-based products, and all these associations are completely wrong. Our skin makes its own water. It's called hyaluronic acid and makes it every day in and out for as long as we breathe. Yes, with time, with age, the hyaluronic acid decreases its production. We can definitely stimulate that to happen, but it never stops. And that's why I always tell women, especially, your skin is not aged. Your skin is slowing down. We need to perform procedures, add ingredients that's gonna stimulate sooner or faster cell division and more hyaluronic acid underneath. The problem with hyaluronic acid is only one. It's water-based. So that means when you walk out in the sun, when you are sunbathing, when you are working out, you perspire. And through perspiration process, you lose the hyaluronic that the skin produces every single second. The key to keep that skin moistened by having enough hyaluronic acid underneath the surface are emollients or oils. And I'll give you a very simple example. If you have oil and water, like a salad dressing, in a bottle, you shake it for a while, they combine each other, and then they separate. Oil comes to the top, water goes to the bottom. That's what you want to do to your skin, because if there is oil on the surface of the skin, you're never gonna evaporate the water or the hyaluronic acid. I'm gonna explain to you why hyaluronic acid is so important. Skin makes collagen if there is enough hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. Those are the two ingredients that generate non-stop collagen. So if your home regimen incorporates hyaluronic acid and vitamin C, you will have enough collagen. You wouldn't have to worry about that. If in addition to that, you add amino acids, proteins, chain of proteins, then you support the muscles. And that slows down your aging process. Are we all aging? Yes. I'm looking at myself right now as I'm making this video and I'm thinking, gosh, where did my life go? But that's okay. I think it's part of our life. If you age and you are healthy, who cares? I earned my age and I'm okay with that. All I want my skin to look good, to behave well, and to feel good when I touch it. And so far, I managed that. Yes, muscle dropped, gain weight, you get this little, bulldog jaws, neck muscle, especially platysma, start dropping. Who cares? I don't care. I'm not a A-list client or A-list actress. I'm just a regular Jane, and I'm just fine with that. But I have touched thousands and thousands and thousands of people in my whole life as doing or performing skincare. Skincare, it is a science. If you don't understand what happens with the skin, how the skin behaves, what is the skin made of, you can never treat the skin. And that's what I told all my students throughout my life. understand histology, physiology of the skin, anatomy of the skin. If you don't understand that, you won't be able to choose the right ingredient or the right treatment. For instance, going back to the collagen, if you don't know what generates collagen, how would you pick the right product or the right ingredient? And then, in addition to the ingredients, what is the modality, or simply said, equipment that will help you to push those ingredients deep down 6 and 7 layers below the surface? Why do I say 6 or 7? Because papillary layer, which is the top layer of a dermis, it's 6 layers below. Epidermis is made of 5 layers. The reticulary layer, which is the collagen layer, is below the papillary. So the most important area of our skin is the area right above the papillary layer. It's called transdermal layer because the cell division happens there. The papillary layer, where the elastin fibers and the veins are, the nerves as well. Then the reticulary layer, where the reticulary fiber and the collagen fiber and the fibroblast are present. That is what I would call the true skin. If you want to have, and of course is more to it, it will take me hours to speak about skin. But if you really want to have a good hydrated skin where, yes, you will see some signs of aging, but you start seeing also a beautiful texture, a flawless texture, a soft texture, which tells you oil and water are in the right balance. What you have to do is simply mix hyaluronic acid with few drops of vitamin C. You can buy vitamin C with ascorbic acid. I would just take vitamin C, few drops, 4 or 5 drops from squeezing a lemon or an orange, and a teaspoon of hyaluronic acid with a teaspoon of a vegetable oil. And you have endless options. One of my favorite is MCT, medium chain triglycerides. I drink that every day, 1 teaspoon. It helps me to maintain my weight. It's a oil deriving from the pit of the coconut. But the most important thing with MCT oil is that it's normalizing the fat within your liver and the enzymes within your liver, keeping the liver healthy. It absorbs very fast on the skin, like coconut oil. It's half water, half oil, so it has a penetration time quite short. Another oil you can use is pure cold pressed olive oil, or you can use evening primrose oil, or cumin or black oil, vitamin E oil. Those are just few you can add to the hyaluronic and the vitamin C. My home regimen, it's extremely simple. I am trained and licensed to make skincare products. I can make anything you can imagine. However, time is limited. So therefore, what I do, I have literally on my counter in my bathroom 7 bottles of 2 ounces in an amber bottle with the dropper of different oils, all the oils I have mentioned. I added in every oil different essential oils. So this way, because those essential oils, people mistakenly think they are used just for the aroma, but it's not true. They all have therapeutic effect. So I added in every single one different essential oils. So this way, throughout the 7 days, I get different therapeutic effect from those oils. And then I have a bottle of hyaluronic acid. It's very inexpensive. You find it on Amazon. This video is not promoted by Amazon or the hyaluronic acid manufacturers. I buy the one that is 8 ounces for $21, I believe. I did the check the purity of the hyaluronic acid. It's 87%, which is great. And then sometimes I buy ascorbic acid and I transfer it in a little color essential oil bottle because it's vitamin C, it's heat and light sensitive, so it has to be in a dark bottle. And I take 3, 4, 5 drops, I never count them, and put them in my hand with the hyaluronic and with a full dropper of oil, mix it all together, and then apply it all over my décolleté, my face, my eyes. Close your eyes and do it, the lips, everywhere you want it. And that is your nighttime moisturization. Daytime, there is another product or substance added to the same mixture. Literally 1 drop of 70% zinc diaper rash. Yes, you heard me very well. The best skin reflector besides titanium dioxide is zinc oxide. And in any diaper rash, that is in content of 70%. Read the label and you'll see I'm right. Squeeze 1 drop, mix it with oil, hyaluronic, and a little bit of vitamin C, and then apply that again, neck, décolleté, face, back of the hands. People are always asking me, how come you don't have spots? And you can see I am not young and I don't have any spots on my body because I do the same thing since I was in my 20s. I'm not, as I mentioned many times, a computer person. I get intimidated by computers, by making videos. I'm not a photogenic person, but the message has nothing to do with my fears or my look. As I grow older, I realize that I would like to pass on the knowledge I inherited. And almost 40 years I've been doing this. So if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. In the meantime, I am definitely wishing you a perfect moisturization.